Hey guys, how's it going? I thought that today we would try playing a Nate Studio game. I've played most of these Nate Studio games, but I've never tried talking while playing them. So I decided that I would do a Nate Studio game for the first game out, just so I could kind of ease more into it, get used to talking while I go, get used to hearing my own voice when I'm talking, and see how it goes. So we're going to play Nancy Drew at Icicle Creek Lodge, which is one of my favorites. It's been probably easily 8 years since I've played this game, so I can't say that I remember too many of the puzzles or who did it or anything like that, so hopefully I won't get stuck on any major ones. And I guess that's about it. Let's just jump right into it.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. Since you can tell a lot about a person by where he or she lives, I thought I'd introduce myself by showing you my room. As you can see, I keep it pretty neat. Of course, I don't spend that much time in here. I always seem to be off solving mysteries. Anyway, here's my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That will tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way.
Started. Head to Icicle Creek Lodge, a small guest lodge deep in the Canadian Rockies of Alberta, Canada, and try to figure out why so many accidents have been happening there. The woman who runs the lodge, Chantel Monique, called me out of the blue, saying that Bet and Ed Riley from Shadow Ranch had recommended me. She sounded so desperate that I couldn't refuse. She said she was on her way to Edmonton to meet her lawyer, so she and her handyman, Ollie Renard, will pick me up at the airport. She told me it's been really cold and snowy there, and I should pack accordingly. And then she said something about a wolf. The connection was getting really bad, and I could barely hear her, but I'm pretty sure she used the word prowling, or was it howling, along with dangerous and be careful. Accidents are one thing, but wild animals, I hope I know what I'm getting into. Alrighty. Alright, so here is a list of all the other nature games that they've done before releasing this one. I played all of the ones in here. This one's probably my favorite, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. But the one, Icicle Creek Lodge is probably a close second. Probably because they were one of the first two ones that I actually was able to beat. This one was a pain because you have to use 2 discs in order to play it, so every time you change certain locations, you'd have to insert a separate disc before they ended up going back and remaking that one, which I'm glad they did because it was a lot more fun, the newer version. I don't think I'm gonna go through.
As always, your mission is to solve the mystery by stepping into my shoes and deciding my every move. But in this game, The White Wolf of Icicle Creek, the screen is going to look a little different than it did before. On the lower left side of the screen, you'll see icons for the things that I, Nancy Drew, need, like my inventory, journal, and task list. While on the lower right side of the screen, you'll see icons for the things you as the player need, like options, load, save, and exit icons. The icon in the mat above the screen lets you know when I'm wearing something I found in the course of the game. Take a look at the chapter titled Icons for more details.
I don't think we need that. I won't bother with any of these because since I've played most of these games before. I will still do junior just because this is my first recording and
When Chantal told
puzzles
me
are
you were
hard.
just a young thing, well, I thought she was pulling my leg. But you're not much older than my little girl Freddie.
Well, if one of the people at the lodge is to blame for all those accidents, Chantal thinks somebody like me has a better chance of figuring out who it is than somebody more, hard-nosed.
Chantal has a bad habit of making up her mind without thinking things clear through. No need for you to tell her I said that, of course.
Is she still in Edmonton?
Afraid so. Insurance company's giving her and her lawyers a real hard time. Left running the lodge up to me. Which is why I'm not real crazy about the idea of having somebody new underfoot. Especially if something else happens.
I won't be underfoot, Mr. Randall, and I may be young, but I'm no novice when it comes to solving mysteries.
We're here, so you'll get to prove yourself soon enough. You hear that? Well, now, what was that?
I don't know. Turn the car around. I don't want to go. Don't do it.
Was anyone in the bunkhouse when it exploded?
No, ma'am. Everyone here at the lodge is accounted for.
That's where Elsa and Becky had been living. Guess it was a good thing they quit after all. Elsa was my maid and Becky was my cook. Does the sheriff have any idea why the bunkhouse exploded?
He said he'd know more after the lab was done running tests on the debris he'd collected. He did say the blast was pretty powerful.
One of his deputies found the knob to the back door clear out on the highway.
Oh, that does it. Nancy, you have to find out who or what is behind these incidents, and you have to do it fast.
You sure you don't want to give your daddy a call?
My dad runs a whole chain of resorts, Ollie. If you think I'm going to admit to him that I can't handle running just one, guess again. Besides, Nancy comes highly recommended, and I'm sure she's got a foolproof plan for getting to the bottom of this. Don't you, Nancy?
Well, I was thinking that maybe I'd just be your new maid.
You want to be my maid?
That would give me access to everyone's room, and I could question people without making them overly suspicious.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea. All right, you're my new maid. In fact, you're my new cook, too.
Your cook?
Well, that way, Ollie can stop pretending he can even read a recipe, let alone follow one. You'll have even more excuses to talk to the guests, and I won't have to pay anyone.
But wait,
Why, I think that's a
Isn't
fine
she paying
idea,
me?
ma'am.
Now, we're not taking any more guests until this accident thing is cleared up. So I want both of you to make sure that the 4 guests we have are well taken care of. Especially that Olympic-caliber cross-country skier from Fredonia, Yanni Volstaya. The flair he brings to the lodge is just what I need to attract the European jet-setting crowd.
I'm gonna be pretty busy trying to get rid of that wolf, Chantal.
We heard it howl last night, just before the bunkhouse blew up.
Well, do whatever you have to, Ollie. Oh, and Nancy, I want you to call this police detective I've hired as a consultant. I put his number on the phone there at the lodge. In fact, I think you know him. Tino Balducci?
oh
I gotta
dear.
go. My lawyer's here. Good luck, you guys, and keep me posted. Coming!
Tino Balducci.
I'll get you a master key and leave it in your room. If you need anything else, I'll be in the basement.
Goodbye. Alrighty, so let's get everything sorted.
This must be the key Ollie said he'd leave for me. And this must be a list of which guest is in what room. That'll come in handy.
So we're here. The room across from us is vacant. I'm glad we're in the owl room. Although Beaver would have been a close second for me. I don't quite understand the whole olive thing, considering it's like, Canada, but, Let's see. Employee instructions, maid's duties. Daily cleaning. Pick up laundry bag at the front desk, available after 5:45 a.m. Enter and clean only those rooms displaying the housekeeping sign. Make the bed. Remove used towels and washcloths. All rooms displaying the housekeeping sign must be cleaned no later than noon. When finished, drop the laundry bag down the chute at the top of the stairs by the restroom.
Skating pond maintenance. Oh, looks like I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything while I'm here.
Pond must be shoveled after every snowfall. Warning: some sections of ice will be very thin due to hot spring activity. Pay close attention to the color of the ice and only shovel off those areas which are safe to skate on. The shade of the ice will reveal how many adjacent ice grids have dangerously thin ice. Be sure to mark these areas with an orange safety cone and never step on one. This color means that there are 3 patches of thin ice nearby. This color means that there are no patches of thin ice nearby. This color means that there is 1 patch of ice nearby. This bottom area never has thin ice. Place cones on thin and cracked ice. Whoops, there was one more page. At least, no. Oh, I guess I can click here.
Report all avalanches to the Avalanche Patrol.
All employees should remember that avalanches are constant dangers in this area. To avoid triggering an avalanche, do not make loud noises when in the back country. Always wear snowshoes when walking on snow that is potentially unstable. Report all avalanches or conditions conducive to avalanches to the Avalanche Patrol and their number. Criminal activity. Report all criminal activity observed in the vicinity of Icicle Creek Lodge to the sheriff. Employees should remember that heat and moisture sometimes cause the door to the sauna to stick and should be periodically checked to make sure that no guests are stuck inside. Oh, that'd be terrible. Cooking. Breakfast is served from 7 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. Lunch is served from noon to 1. Dinner is served from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. For food preparations, please consult manual in kitchen. I normally eat dinner at 5, so that seems kind of late for me. Oh, nothing in there. Okay. Alrighty. So I think the first we should do is just clean all of these all their rooms before we get too far along in our investigation. The laundry bag. We'll read all of these notes once we are finished cleaning the rooms, unless something comes up. Let's do... Oh, let me close this room first. I wish my bed was that easy to make. It's a moose. World champion venue remains a mystery. While it is common knowledge that the World Champion Cross-Country Skiing Championship will take place in Alberta, Canada, the winter after next. Exactly where in Alberta is currently the sport's best kept secret. We'll be making a formal announcement next month, said Olivia Dorfman, director of the event. When pressed to explain the delay, she said, "Delay? There's no delay. We simply saw no reason to announce the venue any earlier," which means there's a delay. It is widely rumored that the behind-the-scenes bidding by the hotels and restaurant chains had held up the final decision. Oh, that's why, never mind. Leading to criticism that the event has become more about commerce than champions. but Dorfman refused to comment on either charge. That's normally how it is, though, isn't it? When it comes to like the Olympics, they're like, oh, it brings money in. Despite Dorfman's steadfast stance that there's growing speculation that the prestigious event will be held somewhere around Banff, specifically in the pristine countryside which borders Icicle Creek. The fact that the hotel owner and restaurant is in the Icicle Creek area are extremely reluctant to discuss the competition considerably. The competition leads considerable credence to the rumor. Only time in the form of Miss Dorfman will tell. Oh, golly, I don't know what it is, but the font in that one is really hard for me to read. Grab the towels. Can we open this cabinet? I can't remember. Nope. Okay, so at some point, maybe. Snowshoes. Call of the Wild. You see whoops, already did that one. Alrighty, so now into this room. Wait, I could. Alright, let's get this bed made. And then we can I look at that? Oh, yes I can. The fact that Yenny has won 5 of the last 7 cross-country skiing events he has entered may be an inevitable accomplishment, but it is hardly a surprised one. This is because, above all else, Yenny hates to lose, and for him, losing means finishing anything other than first. If I don't come in first, what's the point? When Yenny said this, he seemed genuinely puzzled. A citizen of Vidonia, he has been skiing competitively and winning for as long as he can remember. As a child, I expected to win, and I always did. I was very stubborn, and when I was older, I had better competition, and it became more and more difficult to win because of stubbornness alone. And so I began to accept advice and to watch others, to work on my technique in a way that I was able to keep winning. A mandatory 2-year stint in the Fredonia Mountain Brigade not only sharpened Yenny's skiing skills and carrying a rifle and shooting at targets while on patrol opened up what for him was a brand new sport, the biathlon. 3 weeks after leaving the army, he entered the Eastern European Biathlon Championship and won. The Fredonian army taught him at least one other valuable lesson. Knowing your enemy is the shrewdest way to defeat him. Not only does he prepare himself physically for an event, but Yenny also learned as much about the people he'd be competing against as he can. He memorized what they ate, what they wear, where they live, what equipment they used, how they train, even their sleep habits. Sounds like a stalker to me. I know some of my competitors better than I know myself. That's an issue. He declared, "It makes them seem smaller to me, predictable, beatable." While Yenny claims that studying the competition around him affords him a psychological edge and little else, some believe he studies his competition so he can eliminate them. Ooh. Sometimes before the race even begins, one of the rivals, a man who prefers to stay as close to the starting line as possible the night before the race, claims that one event, Yenny bought up all the rooms in the lodge closest to the race course, forcing the man to stay several miles away. Yenny won. His rival came in a devastating fifth. I don't know, fifth sounds pretty good. Other competitors tell similar tales. Tools and replacements, parts suddenly vanishing, shops, food items disappearing from store shelves, strange noises keeping people from getting a good night's sleep. Some biathletes even claimed that Yenny altered the scopes on their rifles so they didn't miss their targets. I'm sorry, but if you're getting that close to someone else's gun, there's a bigger issue. When confronted with these accusations, Yenny just shakes his head. "Pah, I did nothing wrong. They are angry because I always win and they always lose. They are green with jealousy and sour apples." It's likely that he means sour grapes, not sour apples, but his message is clear nonetheless. Country skiing, Yenny is currently the force to be reckoned with. Anything else fun in here? A coupon. Nope. I thought I was going to get that coupon. Ever find yourself on a training run out of the back country miles from cars or cabins, constantly missing your targets despite the best efforts? You conclude that your front sight needs to be adjusted, but you have no tools with you, not even your trusty Swiss Army knife. The good news is that for the rifle owner is you don't have to throw in the towel and call it a wasted day, because the solution is your problem is right there in your rifle, a bullet. To raise or lower the sight, you need to depress the small locking pin and move the cartridge plate beneath the port of the next position clockwise for raising the post, counterclockwise for lowering it. While the tip of a ballpoint pen can be used to manipulate the pin and plate, the tip of the bullet works just as well, if not better. After that, ballpoint pen can break, and the last thing you need is a jammed port screw. So the next time you're out in the field and your aim seems to be a bit off, reach for a bullet. You'll be back on target in no time. I don't know if that sounds like a good idea. I don't know anything about that, so I can't say whether that is accurate or not. Normally they do like good research about it, but the idea of like got your towels. Oh wait. Okay. Large machinery, safety protocol, rudimentary geology, structural engineering. Wait, their bed is made. Weird. I mean, when I go to hotels and stuff, I normally make my bed.
This must be where I drop the laundry bag after I'm done cleaning all the rooms.
Right you are, Nancy. I don't know how I would feel about having a communal restroom. I mean, it's a nice cabin, but at the same time, I kind of like having my own space.
Trapper Dan's Needle.
He built this monument not far from the lodge. Why he built it remains a mystery. A piece of cardboard. It's beautiful.
Young and old alike have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge throughout its 100-year history. Looks like some of the pictures are missing.
Every Nancy Drew game always has at least one 4-digit combination. I'm always so bad at those ones.
Bone which Trapper Dan found near the lodge. He believed it came from a race of giants known as Rexes. The bone's not there. Wonder what happened to it.
It's glowing. Food poisoning, wolf plagues Icicle Creek Lodge. 4 people were forced... Oh, I guess I can zoom it in. 4 people were forced to check in... 4 people were forced to check out early from Icicle Creek Lodge after becoming violently ill. Edmund Fairdale, 41, his wife Jenny, 38, and their 9-year-old daughter, Sue, of Westwood, New Jersey, and Betsy Stills, 58, of Calgary, Alberta, were admitted to Pineville Hospital early yesterday morning with suspected food poisoning. Isn't Betsy the cook, though? With suspected food poisoning, lab tests performed on food samples removed from the lodge confirmed a presence of salmonella bacteria in the potato salad. It's always the potato salad, which all 4 had consumed. They are expected to make a full recovery. The owner of the lodge, Chantal Monique, was at a loss to explain how the potato salad became contaminated. The same ingredients used to make the potato salad were used in other dishes without any other guests becoming sick, she said. Moreover, Becky assured me that the potato salad was never left sitting out at room temperature, and she should know she was the cook. Okay, so I was right. None of the 4 victims, including Stilts, plan to return to the lodge upon their release from the hospital. If you ask me, the lodge is jinxed, Stilts said. Miss Monique better give up trying to turn that lodge into some kind of hoity-toity spa while she still can. First the wolf, now this. I'm leaving, and she should too. Stills was referring to the lone wolf which had been spotted several times within the past week in the Icicle Creek drainage. Because ranchers in the area have reported no increase in livestock predation, authorities are urging hunters not to go after the wolf, contending they would pose a greater danger to visitors in the back country than the wolf does. Yeah, last thing I want to do is accidentally shoot somebody. Area man attacked by Wolverine. Wolverines are nasty animals, not people. People.
Well, hello there. You must be the new maid Ollie told us about. I'm Bill Kessler. This guy's Lou Talbot.
Hey.
What's your name again?
Nancy Drew. Just thought I'd come over and say hello.
Well, Lou here's a grad student. Art major, of all things. You're probably gonna need a jackhammer and some hydrochloric acid to clean his room, eh?
Rude.
Have you 2 been at the lodge for a while?
About a week, I guess. I checked in right after he did. We sat down after breakfast one morning and discovered that this fox and geese game is pretty darn fun. I've been whipping his tail ever since.
You didn't just come here to play games, did you?
Heck no. I came for the ice fishing. Of course, knowing there's a renegade wolf running around is kinda dampened my enthusiasm.
It dampened mine.
Have you seen the wolf?
Just heard it. Every night since I've been here, in fact. Gets creepier each time. They should get rid of it, and the sooner the better. They didn't put up with wolves prowling around this place 40 years ago, and they shouldn't put up with them now.
What are you, Little Red Riding Hood? That wolf's not hurting anybody. People should just leave it alone.
You'll be singing a different tune when it has some little kid for breakfast, then has you for lunch.
Not gonna happen, dude.
Trust me, if something bad can happen, chances are it eventually will, dude. Hey, I know what you can do. Shovel the snow off the skating pond so we can do some speed skating. Lou here thinks he's faster than me.
You're like ancient. Of course I'm faster than you.
You may have youth on your side, my friend, but I've been working construction since before you were born, which means I am more fit now than you will ever be. Get that pond shoveled so we can settle this, okay, kiddo?
Consider it done.
Okay. Alright. Let's... I think I can look at that. Yeah. Icicle. It's 10:26 a.m. So we'll deal with that later. It's not time to feed people. Let's go down here.
Oh, no.
Wow, that's how I want to be greeted when I meet somebody new. Oh no.
Is something wrong?
You are what is wrong.
Great.
Chantal said there will be no more guests to make noise at all hours and disturb my training. Yet what stands before me? A new guest.
No, I'm not a guest. I'm Nancy Drew, the new maid, and the new cook.
Forgive me. Allow me to start over.
Too
I
late.
am Yanni Vokstaya. I am here to train for the Eastern European Cross Country Championship. I spend my days doing interval work, drills, and isometric exercises. I follow a strict program, one painstakingly designed by a team of the best coaches in Fredonia. In fact, under no circumstances are you to use your key to let anyone into my room. My competitors are constantly spying on me, trying to steal my techniques.
I understand.
No.
I'd
What
be
you
fired
must
if I let
understand
somebody else
is
into someone
this.
else's room.
If anything is missing or so much as out of place in my room, you can expect a visit from me, and it will not be a pleasant one.
Is that a threat?
I hear that a major cross-country skiing competition may be held in this area in a couple of years.
This is very true. It will rival the Olympics.
Could that be the real reason you came here to train?
As long as I have to train, why not train in the place where I must eventually put that training to use? As we say in Fredonia, I am simply milking two goats with one bucket. Besides, my competitors will stop at nothing to defeat me. I am forced to seek out and exploit every possible advantage open to me. I take no pride in some of the things I've done to bring victory to my country, but I have no choice.
Have you ever seen the wolf while you were out training?
No, for which I'm very grateful. In my country, in Fredonia, it is said that the gaze of the wolf will make you go blind.
Oh dear.
Really?
They are creatures of infinite evil, and that is all I am going to say on the matter.
All right, then
You're busy, so I'll let you go.
We'll just-
Kvichnaya.
go.
I feel nice and toasty.
Well, we didn't get stuck. That's good.
Need something?
You look busy. What are you making?
I'm building something that's gonna solve all our problems. A wolf trap. One that'll finish off that thing out there once and for all.
You think the wolf is causing the accidents?
Not a doubt in my mind. Everything was A-OK till it showed up and started howling. It's bad luck, and something's protecting it. Something unnatural.
If this was a horror game, I'd say it was a Wendigo.
Why do you say that?
Yesterday I went looking for it. I tracked it and finally found it, sitting across the creek, not 20 yards away from me, just staring at me. So I raised my rifle, drew a bead, and fired. Easiest shot I've ever taken in my life. And I missed. So I fired again, and I missed, and then I missed again, and all the while it just sat there staring until finally it just stood up, walked toward the brush just as calm as could be, and disappeared. Wild animals just don't act like that, and I just don't miss like that. There's something real weird about that wolf, and I ain't gonna rest till I get rid of it. So maybe we should just find something else to job out. You met my little girl yet?
No, but you mentioned that her name is Freddie?
Yep. Spends most of her time outside. She built herself a little snow fort. Just sits out there waiting for somebody to go by so she can pick a snowball fight with them. I keep asking her how she manages to stay warm all day, but she won't tell me. Says she's got a secret weapon. Yeah, she's something.
We're in for the long haul on this conversation.
Can you tell me more about the accidents that have been happening around here?
Nope, sure can.
You can't or you don't want to?
Chantal and those lawyers of hers said I couldn't talk about them. Supposed to direct all questions to her. Sorry.
Lawyers, the minute they get involved, everything slows down.
How long have you worked for Chantal?
About a year and a half. I was her first hire, best hire, too. I could run this place single-handed if I had to, just like I'm doing now.
Have you ever been in the guest lodge business before?
I tried my hand at it once. Long story short, didn't work out. But I've learned a whole lot since then. I could make it work now. Just need to find the right property, get my hands on enough cash to make a down payment, that's all.
This is a very nosy question. I personally probably would never ask this question. But Nancy will.
Does your wife, Freddie's mom, does she live here too?
In the summer she does, but in the winter she goes south. See, she's got this nerve condition that makes her real sensitive to cold. Freddie'd like to go with her, but until Chantal stops putting off giving me that raise she promised me, sending Freddie south too is out of the question.
That's all the questions I had.
Keep me posted.
I thought that Freddie's mom was dead. Well, at least she's down south. Okay, so still got an hour until we need to. Let's look at the computer real quick. We read these in the bedroom. I guess name. So these are all the people that we have. Oh, he's UC. He's a California school person.
Contents deleted. Wonder why.
I don't know. Safe to go outside. Yellow indicates caution and there's a chance of hypothermia with prolonged exposure to outdoor elements. Orange indicates danger. There's a high risk of hypothermia. Red indicates extreme danger. Very high risk of hypothermia within seconds. I don't like it when it's that cold. Alrighty, so we got all these birds. I know nothing about birds. Fish. I know equally little about fish. I can't imagine catching something like that. That'd freak me out. I'd be like, oh, it's a sea monster. Let's look at this.
Chantal, this is my formal notice of resignation. Please call me at 555-2383 if you expect any delay with a check. Elsa.
It also says, this is my formal notice of resignation. While I have enjoyed being in service with you and the staff of Icicle Creek Lodge, I no longer feel safe with all of these accidents going on. I've put a claim to your insurance company for the damage I sustained to my tires by the wolf. And then please call. I don't know how a wolf could damage someone's tires. All right, let's read all of these. My darling Elsa. Oh, like in Frozen. Remember how I told you that I love you more than anything? Well, that was true. But what's even truer is that I'm going to love you forever. Sometimes thinking about forever makes me dizzy. Like when I start thinking about the sky and how it doesn't stop at the moon or the sun or even the Milky Way, but just keeps going and going and going. But when I think about you, forever seems totally cool because if one thing's to keep going and going and going by yourself, but to keep going and going and going with somebody, that's awesome. Smiley face. Write me back as soon as you get this. I can't wait to see you next week. Forever. Love forever. L.
Looks like Elsa was having major boyfriend problems.
Uh-oh, it's not on pink paper. Bad sign. Dearest Elsa, you said in your letter that you loved me forever back. But if that's true, why'd you put off coming here to see me? When I read you weren't coming, I stopped and looked around because it felt just like somebody had walked up and stabbed me through the heart. I'm starting to get really jealous of that lodge that you work at. You're spending way, way, way more time there than you do with me. I don't like it one bit. I can't help myself. I'm so in love with you. It's getting hard to see straight. And that's the truest thing I have ever said. Come see me next week. Totally and completely yours, Elle. I'm sorry, but she has a job. There are just certain things that you have to do. Dear Elsa, not good. This time, when I read it in your letter saying you weren't coming, I didn't get sad, I got mad. I can't believe you think working as a stupid maid for some stupid lodge, for some stupid lady whose name I can't even pronounce, is more important than spending time with me! Exclamation point. If I didn't love you so much, I'd tell you to go take a flying leap. But since I love you more than anything, I just have to do something else. Like maybe take your precious collection of troll dolls out of the box you stored in my garage and dump them down the disposal. Or maybe I'll sell them on eBay for a nickel a piece. Okay. I don't know how else to make you understand that I love you with all of my heart, and I always will. Elle. Yeah, because threatening to destroy her troll dolls is a way to a woman's heart. I'd dump him. Okay, so let's try calling all the people on our list, and then it should be time to make food. Okay. I like in some of the later games where you just press their name and then it calls, but at the same time, I also like dialing the number.
This is the sheriff's office. Nobody's in the office right now, so you can either hang up and call back or wait for the beep and leave us a message. Your choice.
I don't need to leave a message.
I don't leave a message for anybody. Whoops. Alright, so now the hospital where people had food poisoning.
Hospital. All our doctors and nurses are busy right now. Please try again later. Thank you.
Okay, so we struck out again. Alright, let's call Tony. I won't say like anything about Tony really because I don't want to potentially give you spoilers if you ever go and play Boom Boom Canyon, but I don't like him.
Hey, Nancy. I was wondering when your number there was going to show up on caller ID. This is Dino
Hey,
Balducci.
Tony.
Remember me? From that last train to Blue Moon Canyon we went on? Yeah, I'm the one who helped you find that long-lost treasure.
I'm not sure helped is the right word, Mr. Balducci.
Please, call me Tino.
In fact, Tino, I'm a little surprised you're still in law enforcement, considering some of the unethical, if not illegal, stunts you pulled back then.
Hey, that's all behind me. Ancient history. Water under the bridge. So, looks like we're gonna be working together on this sabotage thing, huh?
Looks like.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I'm working on something that'll pretty much crack this case wide open. But in the meantime, what can I do you for?
Nothing really. Just thought I'd call and kind of check in.
Oh. Sure you don't want to hinder something?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh. Well, Chantel hired me to be at your disposal, so you know where to find me. Arrivederci.
Bye.
We don't want to talk to him. Alright. Now we can call Chantal and get some information about all the Stuff that went down since Ollie won't tell us.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. It's Nancy Drew.
You know who's behind the accident?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
About Tino, I'm not totally comfortable with the idea of consulting with him on this case.
Why not? Two heads are always better than one, and I find him to be very knowledgeable and kinda charming.
Of course you do. It's always because it's a man.
Do you know what he did when we were on that train trip Laurie Gerard arranged?
He didn't go into a lot of detail, but he did say that that's all water under the bridge. In fact, I insist that if and when you're stumped about something, you ask Tino to help you out. That's what I'm paying him for. Agreed?
Agreed.
Good.
I'd rather call the Hardy Boys.
I'd like to know more about the accidents. I asked Ollie, but he said you said he wasn't allowed to talk about them.
I didn't mean he couldn't talk about them with you. Ugh. I'll give him a call. As for the accidents, the first thing that happened was the worst. The Faringdale family and Becky the cook all came down with food poisoning and had to be hospitalized. Somehow, the potato salad got contaminated, although Becky swears it wasn't because of anything she did. I cannot tell you how awful it was. All 5 people became violently ill at roughly the same time. But were they all in the same room? Of course not. They were spread out all over the lodge. Poor Elsa was cleaning for days. And the odor? Oh my gosh. Anyway.
That'd be terrible.
Then Carl Jenkins slipped on the stairs outside and broke his leg. Then Lou Talbot's window was broken. Then Elsa the maid's tires were slashed. Then the phone wires were cut. And then... oh yeah. And then the Southwaites were almost overcome by fumes when gas started leaking into the sauna.
So Elsa said that the wolf did stuff to her tires, but how did a wolf slash her tires?
So, who's suing you?
No one yet. But my lawyers are afraid it's just a matter of time and are trying to figure out what preventative measures to take.
Did you know that some photos are missing from the display case in the lobby?
Really? Last I looked, they were all there. I think.
The caption for them says something like, "Young and old have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge."
I can't remember what they were pictures of, and I sure don't know why they'd be missing.
That bone Trapper Dan found is missing from its case, too.
First the accidents, now someone's stealing from me?
I have a feeling
Nancy,
that's more
you've
valuable.
got to find out what's going on there. If you don't, I'll never be able to convince my dad I'm not a loser. Ever.
That's not a very good reason to start a business, just to prove your father wrong. I'd rather do it because you'd enjoy it. But that's just me.
How come the entries for last year were deleted from the guest register?
They've been deleted?
That's what the computer says. Contents deleted.
Well, I didn't delete them. Freddie.
Ollie's daughter? Has she done other things like that?
No, but you know how kids are these days. Always hacking into computers, programming them to spread viruses and steal passwords and blow up the world.
I think that's only in movies. Besides, pretty much all this person had to do was press the delete key.
I still say it was Freddie. Last week, I called that Snow Princess game she's always playing idiotic. I think it hurt her feelings. But she'd just gotten done plastering me with snowballs. What'd she expect me to say? That felt great. Do it again?
As a computer science major, that conversation about hacking in and spreading viruses and blowing up the world is hilarious.
The guests that are in the lodge now, did any of them stay here last year?
Let's see. Lou Talbot stayed here last summer, but only very briefly. His car had broken down and he was waiting for a tow truck. Oh, and Yanni, he was here last winter. He and his trainer, they were checking out places to train. They didn't stay long either.
Why is his trainer not even here, though?
Has anyone talked to you about the World Championship cross-country skiing competition that's going to be held somewhere in this area year after next?
That is something I am not at liberty to discuss.
In other words, the answer is yes.
I didn't say that. Why do you ask?
Because it's important.
That would tend to make Icicle Creek Lodge a very desirable piece of real estate, wouldn't it?
The championship is held nearby, which as far as I know, still hasn't been decided. run me out of business so they can buy the lodge from me on the cheap?
It's a thought.
And a pretty nasty one at that.
Yeah, but it's a good thought.
Is it true that you promised Ollie a raise, but you haven't given it to him yet?
He told you that? I can't believe it.
Meaning...
Okay, I mentioned to Ollie once that I thought he maybe deserved a raise, and now every time I turn around, he's all like, "Where's the raise you promised me? Where's the raise you promised me?" Doesn't he realize I have a few other things to think about right now? I swear, sometimes that crabby little whiner drives me nuts.
That's it for now.
One more thing. Ask Yanni if it would be all right if I used his name and picture on the Icicle Creek Lodge website. I mean, when I finally have a website, it would be great publicity, okay?
Sure.
Good. Talk to you soon.
Okay, so we can... Let's go make lunch first. And then we can go talk to Yanni and ask him. One hamburger. 1, 1, 2, 1. What does this person want? A quesadilla and a hamburger. One, 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 1, 2 onions. Oh wait, I did 2 tomato. Oh, I forgot the pickles. Bummer. Trash. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, 2, and then it was, oops, no, which one? Ketchup. I like putting ketchup and mayonnaise on my hamburgers.
Order up.
What do you guys like? 1 cheese, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Let's see if I can actually remember. Oh wait, I have to cook my hamburger. This person just needs a quesadilla. We'll make the quesadilla then.
Order.
Okay, so 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so let's see if we can get this
Order up.
done. And then this person just wants a hamburger. This person wants a quesadilla and a hamburger. And this person just wants a quesadilla.
Order up.
Okay, so this person wants 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1.
Order up.
And then this person wants 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, one of everything. That makes it easy. Do you guys like pickles? I'm not that big in pickles. I can never decide. It could just be because I don't like dill. Ta-da! We did it. Alright, let's go see if Yanni will let us use his picture and his name for Chantal.
How can I help you?
Chantal would like to use your name and picture on her website when she gets it up and running. Would that be okay?
I'm sorry, but no.
Oh, well, so much for that. That's all for now.
Come back anytime.
that was a quick conversation. Let's look at our tasks that we need to do. Get the key. Ollie said he'd leave for me in my room.
That's
He did
finished.
that. Read all the employee instructions.
That's finished.
Did that. Look for clues at the site of the bombing at the bunkhouse. We haven't done that yet.
Oops, haven't done that.
Nancy confirms. Introduce myself to all the guests.
Can't check that off yet.
I think we're still missing one guest that we need to meet. Clean all the guest rooms.
Check.
We did that. Call
That's
Chantal.
finished.
We did that. Contact the victims. We still need to do that. Pick up the
Been
laundry
there,
bag.
done
We did
that.
that. Take a good look around the guest rooms.
That's finished.
Did that. Keep an eye out for the 2 pictures. We're still looking for the pictures. Be on the lookout for the bones. We're still missing a bone. And shovel the ski. All right. It's 12:39 p.m. game time. We can, and it's still caution, so it's not freezing. It's cold, but not cold enough for us not to be able to go outside. We can go and shovel the ski spot off and see if, for them to go skiing on it, and then we can check the bunkhouse. I think that'd be the best way to do it. And then if we still have time before dinner, we can call those people. But if we don't have time, then we can just
Guess I better get this pond shoveled
wait
off.
until after dinner. Ooh, only 8 cones need to be shoveled. Okay. So if I read the instructions correctly, this is kind of like the game on like computers called Minesweep. I always found that game kind of frustrating because you don't know where exactly to start, and so you could click on one spot and your game would already be over because there's no way of really guessing where a good spot to start is. But that's just me. If I was really shoveling this and not worried about falling into the ice, I would probably go with the up-down pattern. Although knowing me, I would probably start up in this corner and work my way down because this is about where Nancy starts. That way, I wouldn't have to end in this far corner over here and then walk back to where I originally started. Because any outdoor activity, for me, especially when it's cold, needs to be as quick and painless as possible. Because I'm not a cold person or a cold weather person. I love the snow. Just from the inside of my house. Especially if I have a cup of tea and a heated blanket. Anything above 50 degrees is too cold. I wasn't a big ice skater growing up. That wasn't really my thing. I was more of a, oh, that was a close one. I probably should have thought about that one more. I liked sledding and building snowmen. I was one of those people. Okay, goes there, 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 and there.
That
And
ought to
then
do it.
Shoveled that one.
Wait a second. Those look like wolf tracks. Maybe I should find out where they go.
I guess we'll go do that follow wherever Nancy leads us, and then we'll go look at the bunkhouse.
That must be Trapper Dan's needle.
Oh, we read something about that.
What's this doing here? Strange. It's halfway in and halfway out. This thing must open up somehow.
If I were Nancy Drew, I would say that it's a door. Oh yeah, definitely look at that outline. We can keep following the dog's footprints, I guess. I would never be doing this. If I was outside and I saw footprints like that, I'd be like, okay, peace out, we're leaving. Close enough. Alright, Chicken Ridge. Oh.
Sounded like an explosion.
Wolf howl.
What's that noise?
Subtitles said wolf howl.
Oh no!
Well, that turned out.
I'm buried in snow. I've got to dig myself out before I run out of air.
I'm surprised she wasn't
I'll never
crushed.
make it. I can barely breathe. Someone's up there. Help! I'm down here, right under you. Can you hear me? Help! I can't breathe. They heard me. Thank goodness.
Easy. It's okay. I'm not real happy about the situation either.
Goodbye, doggy.
It's gone, but thanks to that hole it dug, I can breathe again. Now if I can just pull myself out.
I'm surprised she's not colder.
No more avalanches for me, thank you very much.
Oh, this is the way we came. I thought that I'd gotten turned around. I don't know. I feel like with avalanches, you run into more issues with the snow crushing you. But that could be my... all the stuff that I've learned from the movies, as
This
opposed
must
to
have
real
been made
life.
by the explosion I heard. A fossil. Cool.
It's like a fully intact fossil. I would say it's a beaver. Is it? No, it is probably something else. Far more interesting. But to me, it looks like a beaver. Alrighty, let's go back to the lodge. And we still have plenty of temperature. So we can go and look at the bunkhouse, which I believe is this way.
Who goes there?
Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew shall not pass unless and until she proves herself worthy.
And how does she do that?
By hitting the Snow Princess 10 times. Snowballs only, no ice balls.
What are ice balls?
Snowballs made of ice. If you get hit with one, it can knock you out. So don't throw any or I'll tell my dad.
You must be Ollie's daughter, Freddie.
I am the Snow Princess. Prepare to defend yourself.
I think her voice actor is the same as the one for Nancy Drew, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I have an advantage. Oops.
You win, so you may
Nailed her.
pass.
To icing. We don't need to go there.
The face from a clock, it's all melted. Part of the timing device that was used to trigger the bomb that blew up the bunkhouse, maybe?
Seems reasonable to me. Is that it? Okay. I see footprints, but I guess there were people there before, so that's not surprising. Let's go this way first, just so we can explore everything, and then we can go back inside and get all the other stuff done. Alrighty. Into the fishing
A
shack.
nice fishing shack. A nice warm one at that.
This is a fancy one because it's heated. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, go back up. I don't know how to get out of here. Should have read the instructions on how to fish better. Go up, 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 up. Oh. Ha! I caught a fish. This would never happen in real life. That's how I know that this is all fake. Because I cannot catch a fish to save my life. I like those mountains. Okay, I think that's... Oops, I don't want to go back there. Do I have to attack the princess on the way back?
Halt!
Oh.
By order of the Snow Princess, you shall not
I think it's because I
pass.
looked at her. Ha! Take you. I guess I only have to do it 10 again. Ha. Oops, I missed. She got me. Oh,
Hey!
Why is it clicking way over there? My mouse isn't even over there. Get
Ow.
that small child.
The Snow Princess surrenders. For now.
Because I nailed her so many times in the face.
I feel warmer already.
Okay, so we need to call about the avalanche.
Oops, haven't done that.
Hit Freddy.
Check.
Yeah, we did that. We nailed her several times. So we need to call avalanche.
Check.
We followed the wolf tracks. Shovel the
Been
skiing
there,
link.
done
We
that.
need to tell them that we shoveled it. We were on the lookout. Haven't contacted them. We did look
Been
at the
there,
bunkhouse.
done that.
So let's go tell them that we shoveled, so they can do that, and then we can make all of our phone calls, or at least some of our phone calls. Never mind, we can't because they're not here. So we'll make phone calls, I guess. Okay, so let's start with the sheriff. 403-555. Ring, ring.
Sheriff's office, this is Mohican.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew at the Icicle Creek Lodge. We met the other night when you were
Hello,
investigating
hello,
the
hello.
bunkhouse explosion.
Oh, yeah, that bright kid from the States. What do you need?
Well, I
He doesn't
found a
sound
melted clock
Canadian.
face close to where the bunkhouse used to be. And I wondered if it
But
could have
that's
been
just
what
me.
triggered the explosion. You know, the timer.
I found that clock face, too. Left it there because any fingerprints on it would have melted away along with everything else. And besides, Ollie Randall said all the room clocks at the lodge looked like that. Could have been one that was in the bunkhouse to begin with.
True.
Oh, right.
You shouldn't go poking around on your own like that. There could still be explosives lying around. Although I hear it takes a pretty big bang to set off C4.
C4?
Plastic explosive? That's what blew up the bunkhouse. Lab result came in less than an hour ago.
Interesting.
Is C4 hard to get?
Not if you're in the military or do any kind of demolition. In Eastern Europe, it's called Semtex. It's not that hard to handle either. For somebody who's had training in explosives, it's a piece of cake.
Did you learn anything else from the lab tests you did after the bunkhouse explosion?
Nope. Unfortunately, that bunkhouse wasn't particularly well made, so when it exploded, pretty much everything got melted into a blob or blown to smithereens or burned to a crisp.
Well, that's a bummer.
Do you need some kind of permit to hunt wolves around here?
No, ma'am.
You mean Ollie Randall can go after that white wolf that's been hanging around outside the lodge and just shoot it?
Yes, ma'am. It's always open season on wolves out here. You can kill as many of them as you want.
Somehow that doesn't seem right.
The animals wolves go after don't have a problem with it, I can guarantee you that.
I almost got caught in an avalanche at Chicken Ridge that was triggered by a big explosion.
An explosion? Are you sure it wasn't just the sound of someone shooting a rifle, maybe?
No, it sounded like someone had set off a bomb. In fact, afterwards I found a crater, like someone had deliberately blown a hole in the ground underneath the snow.
Unless it was someone shooting off fireworks or something, I have no idea what it could have been.
Well, goodbye.
Thanks for your help.
Have a good day.
Okay. I think this game, yeah. Phone numbers. Okay, we don't need Ned. We need Avalanche Patrol people. 2006. Ring, ring.
Avalanche Patrol, what's your location?
I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge, but I wanted to report an avalanche at Chicken Ridge.
Anyone injured or trapped?
Not anymore.
We'll check it out. Thanks for the heads up. Hey, wait a minute. You know Ollie Randall?
The handyman here at the lodge?
He's also on the patrol. Do me a favor and tell him that the explosives training in Calgary has been postponed till next month.
Explosives training?
Sometimes the patrol has to use explosives to bring down unstable snow. Yearly training sessions are mandatory. Ollie'll know what I'm talking about.
I'll tell him.
Appreciate it.
One more thing. Have any of you guys been setting off explosives anywhere near the Icicle Creek Lodge recently?
Nope, sure haven't.
Well, thanks. Bye.
Interesting. So he has experience with explosives. Okay, so I think she's one of the guests. I don't think he is. Lou is, Bill is. Yanni is. Let's do the Jenkins. 5, 5, 5, 7, 5, 4, 4, 7. I dialed it wrong. Okay, we'll try it again. 5, 5, 5, 7, 5, 4, 7. There we go. Second time's the charm.
Hello?
Hi, is this Mr. Jenkins?
Yeah, this is Carl. Nuts. Missed him.
Well, my name is Nancy Drew. I heard that you had an accident at Icicle Creek Lodge and wondered if you could tell me a little more about it.
Not much to tell. Take that, Captain Keen. I went there to do a little ice fishing, and I slipped going down some stairs and fractured my tibia in 2 places. Can't work, can't go out. All I can do is sit around and play this stupid video game. Oh, no, you don't?
Do you know why you slipped on those stairs?
Yeah, they were covered with ice. I was lucky I didn't fracture my skull. Yes. Hey, look, I'm about 4 laser strikes away from ruling the Gargoulian galaxy, so I gotta go, okay? You got any more questions? Check with the people at the lodge. Gotcha!
Well, I'm with the people at the lodge. That's why I called you. Okay, let's try Elsa. Since we read all of her letters, I feel like we bonded.
And pick me up a double while you're at it, okay? Yo, what's up?
Is this Elsa Sybilhoff?
Used to be. Now it's just Sybil.
Sybil? Civil. That's what I'm going to call myself when I audition for Canadian Idol.
Interesting.
You're a singer? Rockstar. At least I'm about to be. Who's this? My name's Nancy Drew. I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge. I hear you had some tire problems while you were here? Oh, yeah, right. It was that wolf. I heard it howling one night, and the next morning I went outside, and it just ripped my tires apart, every single one of them. That place is jinxed. I had to quit. Working there was just plain dangerous. So, if you're trying to deny my unemployment claim, forget it. I had every right to leave that job.
No, that's not what I want.
No, I'm just trying to get additional information, that's all. Oh, well, bad stuff was happening all over the place up there. One guy fell down the stairs and broke his leg, his whole family got food poisoning, and now I hear they got bombs going off up there. It's just a bad place to work, you know? My unemployment claim is totally legit. Your tires getting all torn up like that didn't have something to do with L, did it? L? L, as in I'm going to sell your collection of troll dolls on eBay?
I can't believe you
You
that.
found his stupid letters. Okay, so it was Larry, my insanely jealous ex-boyfriend. He got all crazed when I couldn't take time off to visit him and slashed my tires, the psycho. I blamed it on the wolf so I'd have a legitimate reason to quit and get on the pokey for a while. I just needed some time off and some cash, just enough to jumpstart my career, you know? Because I got talent, I really do. But you're right, I shouldn't have lied like that. Look, I'll contact the unemployment office and tell them the truth, okay? Good idea. What happened to Larry? All I know is he's finally out of my life. Take it from me, do not ever, ever, ever think for 1 second that having a jealous boyfriend is in any way, shape, or form a good thing. Because it's not. It's the worst. Got that, Nanook? Nancy. In fact, I'm writing a song about it. It's called Slash Your Jealousy, Spare My Tires. Get it? Spare My Tires. I'll probably sing it on Canadian Idol. Hey, you want to hear it? No. In fact, I'd better get going. Good luck on the show, though, and thanks for the advice. Anytime.
Okay, so her tires weren't an issue. Good to know. Okay, so I think we have to call this person 551-555-7225. And I dialed it wrong again. 551-555-7425.
Hello?
Hi, are you Mrs. Farringdale?
Put your socks on in the car, okay? We're late. This better not be a sales call because I really don't have time.
No, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge. You know, in Canada.
After what happened to me and my family, I have no intention of going back there ever, no matter how many freebies you throw in. I thought I made that clear. Put that cookie down and get in the car.
You're not going back because of that food poisoning thing?
Food poisoning thing? It was considerably more than a thing. The three of us had meatloaf, potato salad, and green beans for dinner one night. And by 4 the next morning, we were all sick as dogs and had to be taken to the hospital. We recovered quickly, thank goodness. But the minute we got out, we went straight to the airport.
I don't blame
I will never set foot in that lodge again.
I wouldn't.
The worst of it is, I made poor little Susie eat all of her potato salad that night. Eat it, I said. It's cold out. You need the carbs. Now she refuses to eat any kind of potatoes, even French fries. All our friends think she's a freak. And all our friends' mothers think I'm a freak for going to Canada for winter break instead of Disney World like everyone else.
I could see
Turn
that.
that TV off. I have to go. Susie's got a soccer game and I'm snack mom. Only I haven't been to the store yet. Maybe I can sneak out during halftime.
Sure, just pull out the orange slices and no one will notice.
Oh my gosh, the orange slices. Susie, get in the car. We have to go right now.
Okay, so they did get food poisoning, so it wasn't one of the funky ones. All right, I think that's enough talking on the phone. I don't really want this to be like a phone simulator game. Receptionist, tycoon, something like that. Let's see. What do we need to do? Okay, oh, we can check.
Oops,
Oh, wait,
haven't
we
done
can't
that.
introduce ourselves to everybody.
Still need to do that.
Who am I so short on victims? See if because we talked to those people. Hold up. Let's look at our phone numbers. Oh, I bet this guy. Let's finish calling him, and then I think it might almost be time for dinner then. Okay, so let's try this. 1 4 5 5 5 7 3 8 7. Okay, I got it right. It's ringing.
Hello?
Hello?
I've got it, sweetheart.
Hi, is this Brenda and
Oh.
Derek Southwaite?
Yes, it is.
Is this a solicitation?
Honey, you're so suspicious.
Only because you can be way too nice for your own good, darling.
I'm not selling anything. I just want to ask you about your recent stay at Icicle Creek Lodge.
You mean Gassicle Leak Lodge?
Oh, very clever, sweetie. Gas was leaking from so many places while we were there, it's a wonder the place didn't blow sky high.
I heard something about your almost being
But it
overcome
did.
by fumes in the sauna.
Well, we had just gone ice skating, so we decided to warm up in the sauna. So we were sitting in there, and everything was fine until both of us started feeling a little woozy.
We started feeling a lot woozy.
And the next thing we knew, that Russian skier came in.
Actually, I think he was Slovakian.
The point is, he told us he smelled gas and thought we should get out, so we did.
Barely. By that point, the fumes were making us both ill, if you know what I mean.
That poor skier, by the time he helped us get out of there, he was almost as green as we were.
Awful experience.
Horrible. And it was our honeymoon.
At least the owner had the decency to give us a full refund.
Oops, the shuttle's here, sweetheart. We're off to Aspen. Kind of a second first honeymoon.
Long story short, if you're thinking about going to Icicle Creek Lodge, don't.
Well, I appreciate the advice. Have fun.
Oh, we will.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
So Yanni went and saved them when that happened, so that's good to know. He didn't let them die in there. Alright, let's go and... Oh, wait.
Been there,
Oh,
done
thank
that.
goodness. Okay, so we got all of our phone calls done. We should probably... Oh, we called the
Been there,
Avalanche Patrol.
done that. Been there,
Talk
done
to the
that.
sheriff. Tell Ollie. That's right. We can talk to him about his explosive training, because he is on the Avalanche Patrol, and he might know why.
Oh, before I forget, Chantal called. Told me I can answer any questions you might have about those accidents after all.
Hot
Guess
dog.
she changed her mind.
How do you explain what happened to Carl Jenkins, the former guest who slipped on the stairs and broke his leg?
Can't explain
A
it.
klutz.
1 minute those stairs were clear and dry. Next minute they're slick with ice and he's lying at the bottom of them.
You're positive they were clear and dry?
Yep. Chipped every bit of frozen snow off of them myself. You ask me, somebody iced those stairs down on purpose. 'Cause it wasn't nothing I did. No, sir. No, sir.
Have you ever seen Trapper Dan's needle?
Course.
It's like right there. How could he miss it?
Do you know if there's a way to get into it?
Don't know, don't really care. Maybe something in that display up in the lobby will tell you what you want to know.
The Avalanche Patrol asked me to tell you that the explosives training session in Calgary has been postponed till next month.
Well, hallelujah. I didn't really want to go anywhere until I finished off that wolf. Now I won't have to.
Fun.
So, you're on the Avalanche Patrol, huh?
Yep. Dang, I just remembered. Patrol wants me to keep an eye on Skookum Ridge for the next couple of weeks. Here. There's the key to the snowmobile. Take it out to Skookum Ridge and see if there's been an avalanche.
Oh.
You want me
Okay.
to check it out?
Seat it so you don't have to worry about the cold. Make sure you call the patrol and
That's
give
good
them a
at least.
report when you're done. You can handle that, can't you?
You
Sure.
bet.
Good. 2 more things. That Bill Kessler guy's getting bored being the only one around here doing any ice fishing. He wants competition. So if he says anything to you, just remember that Chantal wants you to keep the guests we got happy. Other thing is, a cold snap's on its way. You think it's cold now? Just wait. Gotta be real careful anytime you're outside. So, we done here?
I guess
That's
so.
all the questions I had.
Good.
All right. So we can go and take the snow machine and do that, and then call them, give the report, and all that jazz. And by then, it should be dinner. Let's see. Ooh. I don't know. I think it's like the way it like jumps. Oh, golly. Alrighty. Let's drive. Some Nancy Drew games have games like this, and the other ones don't. I can't say I'm a fan of it because I'm so bad at them. I don't know what it is with my hand-eye coordination. It's just like I shall hit every single one of these rocks and trees and snowmen. No, no, no. Oh, we made it.
The sign's not buried, so I guess there hasn't been an avalanche.
Wonderful observation, Nancy. One for the books. All right, let's try going back again. Oh, no, no, no. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Oh, oh, no, no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no, no, no. Ugh.
You crashed Ollie's snowmobile?
I did.
Not only crashed it, I pretty much trashed it. I didn't mean to, but I guess I zigged when I should have zagged.
My insurance company's not gonna like this one bit.
For what
I'm
it's worth,
sorry.
I'm not exactly thrilled about it either.
Well, Nancy, can you guess what I'm about to say to you?
You're
Don't let it
fired.
happen again.
You're fired.
Yeah, that was my second guess.
Even though she didn't hire me to be a nurse or
The sign's not buried, so I guess there hasn't been an
Yeah.
avalanche.
housekeeper or a cook. She hired me to solve the mystery. I haven't solved the mystery. I just happened to have a snowmobile accident. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Oh god. No. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like the way I move my mouse. I just can't think that far ahead or something. I don't know. Come on, come on. Oh golly. Out of all the places. I don't know why. Look at all those rocks. I'm just like, I shall go directly towards all of you.
You crashed Ollie's snowmobile?
Not only crashed it, I pretty much trashed it. I didn't mean to, but I guess I zigged when I should have zagged.
My insurance company's not gonna like this one bit.
For what it's worth, I'm not exactly thrilled about it either.
Well, Nancy, can you guess what I'm about to say to you?
Don't let it happen again.
You're fired.
Yeah, that was my second guess. The sign's not buried, so I guess there hasn't been an avalanche.
Okay. Let's try this again, Nancy. We got this, guys. We got this. Why are there so many trees? Oh no. I'm stuck. Oh, I guess I can go slower. If I... Let's try going slower. Come on. So close, so close. Yes! Thank goodness. I wouldn't have wanted to do that again. Alrighty. So, now we can call and give our report on the avalanche.
I feel warmer already.
And then we can give the key back to Ollie. And then we only have like an hour until dinner. Okay, so what was the avalanche number? By the end of most Nature Drew games, I have these numbers memorized if it's a game that makes you dial them in. Some of them have you do that and others don't. 2-0. All right, let's see what we can do now.
Avalanche Patrol, what's your location?
Actually, I'm calling on behalf
My
of
phone
Ollie
dropped.
Randall. He wanted me to tell you that there hasn't been any avalanche activity out at Skookum Ridge.
I was wondering when we were going to hear from him. Thanks for the report.
No problem.
Goodbye. Alrighty, now let's go give the key back to Ollie. Oh, let me close this. I try not to talk too much when they're talking, but let me know if it just is boring or if it's not enjoyable.
You check out Skookum Ridge.
I did.
Yep, no avalanche. There's your snowmobile key.
You make a report to the Avalanche Patrol.
That I did.
Sure did.
What else do you want?
I don't want anything.
I'd better get back upstairs.
See you later.
Okay, so we still got an hour to go. We talked to Yanni, so that doesn't do us any good. Let's go see if the people are back and I can tell them about the ice. Oh, hey, person.
Well, who are you?
Nancy.
My name's Nancy Drew.
Perhaps what I should have asked Nancy is, what are you? You're obviously much too young to be a paying guest.
Oh, well, that's mean. I could be rich, and you don't know that. My father's a lawyer, I'll have you know.
I'd kind of like to know your name first.
My name is Guadalupe Comillo. My friends call me Lupe.
I'm the new maid.
2 things, dear. First, the alarm clock is missing from my room. I don't necessarily need another one. I just don't want to be charged for that one, seeing as I have no idea where it went to. Second, be a doll and clean my room first. It'll hardly take you any time at all, especially compared to the other rooms. The other guests are all men. Single men.
Well, I'm happy to report that I've already cleaned your room.
Excellent.
I hate to sound nosy, but what are you doing?
Birds. I'm watching birds. That's what I am, you see, a bird watcher. Sometimes I go outside and watch, and sometimes I stay inside. It all depends on what the birds feel like doing and what I feel like doing.
Just spending my time looking out a big old foggy window. Perfect for bird watching.
So that's what brought you to Icicle Creek Lodge, the birding?
Absolutely. The place is a veritable birding paradise, even in winter. In fact, in the short time I've been here, I've seen hawks, eagles, orioles, cardinals, jays, nothing truly rare. But to a wildlife lover such as myself, seeing them in such a spectacular setting is thrilling nonetheless.
Have you met the other guests?
I've bumped into them at one time or another, yes. I don't spend all my time in front of this window. That Yanni fellow, he's very talented, but extremely intense. His whole life revolves around being the best in the world. As for the 2 who are always sitting across the way playing that silly game, the older man, Bill Kessler, he's no deep thinker, but he's nice enough. But the other one, that college student, talking to him is like trying to converse with a giant turnip. No social graces whatsoever. I almost prefer talking to the handyman. Almost. Anyone that intent on destroying something as glorious as that wolf is hardly worth talking to.
Have you ever seen the wolf that's been hanging out around here?
No. Not that I'm looking for it, of course. Yanni occasionally skis by, and that dullard of a student, I see him snowshoeing occasionally. But I've yet to see the wolf. Have you seen it?
Yeah, up close and personal, as a matter of fact.
How did it act? Was it aggressive? Did it look injured?
I found a bunch of wolf tracks beyond the pond. You could follow them and see it for yourself.
Maybe I will. Have you told anyone else what you just told me?
No.
Good. Don't. You see, I'd like to see this wolf for myself, and I don't want everyone else going after it and scaring it away. And there's no telling what that trigger-happy handyman might do. So it'll just be our little secret, all right?
Okay, good luck.
Good luck with your birding.
Toodaloo!
I feel like that's really bad advice. You should go follow the tracks. you individual that I don't know anything about. Maybe you can.
Hey, excellent job on the snow shoveling, eh? We had ourselves one fine time out there because of you, especially Lou here.
I beat him 5 times.
By the slimmest of margins. Which is why now he's too chicken to go mano a mano with me out there in the ice fishing shack.
Snowshoeing's my thing, dude. Besides, it's animal cruelty.
Give me a break. You ever been ice fishing?
I have.
As a matter of fact, I have.
Excellent. Here's the deal. I need some competition, so I want you to go out there and try to catch a bigger fish than I caught yesterday, which means you gotta catch a 2-foot northern pike. Now, it's a bit of a hike out to the lake, but the shack is solar heated, so it's nice and warm inside. So what do you say, kiddo? You game?
Anything to make you guests happy.
Atta girl.
Is this the first time you've been to the lodge?
Yep, sure is.
Are you by any chance related to Rolf Kessler, the guy who used to build carousels around the turn of the last century?
No idea.
I don't think I would know if somebody was like, are you related to this person based upon your last name? No.
I'd better get going.
I have no idea.
Glad you dropped by.
Okay, so got half an hour. What can we do?
Still need to do that.
Introduce myself to all of the guests and try and figure out... Oh, I guess I won't figure out if one of them's responsible for the accidents until the end of the game. So we can accept our losses and won't see that anymore. Haven't found those.
Check.
I told Ollie.
Been there,
Took
done
the
that.
snow machine. Returned
That's
the snow
finished.
machine. We got like a couple minutes before we can do the dinner. So we still need that. We still need a 4-digit combination. Let's go. Oh, we could call Ned. Let's go call Ned. He's one of the few people we haven't called yet. Let's go call the boyfriend.
Hello?
Hi, Ned. It's Nancy.
Hey, Nance. I couldn't tell it was you because you're not calling from your cell phone.
No coverage out here. I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Everything okay?
Well, as a matter of fact, just as I got here, the bunkhouse blew up.
Yikes. So there was
Typical
another
Nancy.
act of sabotage?
Looks that way. The sheriff found traces of a plastic explosive called C4 on some of the debris.
So if whoever blew up the bunkhouse is the same person who's been causing the accidents, you're looking for someone who knows something about explosives.
Looks that way, yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good lead. What else have you got?
A lone wolf has been hanging out around the lodge lately.
A wolf? That's kind of cool.
No, what's cool is that it dug me out of an avalanche and saved my life.
You're kidding me. Why would a wolf do that?
I don't know. Yet.
So, you've got a wolf hanging around that acts like Lassie. What else?
Bad news.
Always
Chantal
bad
is
news.
insisting that if I need help, I get it from this police consultant she hired. A guy named Tino Balducci.
Tino Balducci? Not that cop who-
That's the one.
How
We
does
hate
Chantal
him.
know him?
All I know is she thinks he's charming, and for this case I have to get all my hints from him.
Well, I'm sure he'll be very helpful. Not as
I'd rather
helpful
get
as,
them
say,
from you.
I would have been, of course, but very helpful.
Are you familiar with a book by Jack London called The Call of the Wild?
Sure, it's about a dog who winds up leading a pack of wolves. It's a classic. Why do you ask?
Because I found a copy of it in Lou's room.
Interesting. Maybe he's got something to do with the wolf that's been lurking around outside the lodge.
I was thinking the same thing. He does spend a lot of time outside by himself. He says he's snowshoeing, but maybe he's up to something else. Something that ties in with the wolf somehow.
Or maybe the fact that he's reading that book is all just a big coincidence.
Yeah, that could be too.
As I recall, it was a pretty good book.
It was.
Guadalupe Comillo says she's a bird watcher, but I'm not so sure.
I don't believe
Why do you
her.
say that?
For one thing, most birders will go on for hours about the birds they've seen or the birds they want to see, but not her. In fact, birds seem to be the last thing on her mind.
And for another thing?
The alarm clock from her room is missing.
So, she's not a bird watcher because she sleeps in?
I found a
Definitely.
melted clock face in the debris left behind when the bunkhouse exploded. It could have been part of the timing device.
You think it could have been Guadalupe's? You think she's the one who blew up the bunkhouse?
Hey, women can blow things up too, you know.
How
At the
dare
very
you.
least, they can help blow things up.
Whatever you say.
The guy who built Icicle Creek Lodge also built this weird concrete pyramid thing nearby that everyone calls Trapper Dan's Needle.
What's it for?
No one knows, but there was a piece of black nylon-type fabric sticking out of it. Like there's a door in it and someone had snagged their clothes on it on their way in.
So you think there's a door, but you can't see one?
Right.
Well, just keep poking around. If something's got a front door, it usually has a back door, too.
Gotta go. I'll call you again.
True.
Good luck up there. And
Be careful.
Be careful. be
Goodbye,
careful.
Ned.
Bye-bye. What are your guys' thoughts on Nancy and Ned? I will always be a Nancy Drew and Fred Hardy shipper. I used to watch the Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys gang growing up. That was my favorite. Okay, this person wants a salad. Let's just fill all those out. Okay, so they want a salad and they want 2, 2, 2, 3. 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay. Then they want 1, 1, 3. 1, 1. All right. They're done.
Order up.
Let's see. 1 salmon, and they also want a salad. And they do 2, 2, 1, 1. 2, 2, 1, 1. Oh, wait. 2, 1. There we go. That was a near disaster. 1, 1, 2, 2. 1, 1, 2. Sorry, this is all just gonna be me counting over and over and over again.
Order up.
Feel free to skip this if you're watching this. Salmon, and they want a salad. This looks like a massive piece of salmon. 1, 3, 1, 1. 1, 2, 1. Salmon. And then 1, 2, and then 2's all the way. I've never had that might be wrong. I've never had anchovies.
This ain't right.
Yeah, I thought so. I put that extra tomato on. Okay, so it's 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Oh no, I put the extra carrot on. And then it's 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2.
Order up.
Ha, got you. All right, 2 salmon and 1 salad. That just seems like so much food. 1, 2, 1, 3. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. See, I would like some of this stuff on my salad, but not all of it. 1, 3. I am not a big Oh wait, was that 3? Yeah, 3 carrots. I'm not a big carrot person. I'm not a big cucumber person. I probably would get the bell peppers.
Order up.
I'd probably go for the eggs, 1 salmon, thank goodness. And 1 salmon and 1 salad. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. Come on, man. Okay, there we go.
Order up.
What do they want? 1, 1. Okay, they want 1s on all those. I'd have the eggs. I'd have the bell peppers. Tomatoes, hit and miss with me. Spinach, I already have lettuce in my salad. I don't need more. Carrots, maybe. I immediately forgot to. Cucumbers. If I was getting this with ranch, I would definitely get cucumbers. But if it was some other salad topping, I wouldn't. Thank goodness. All right. I think I'm going to save the fishing for tomorrow since it's getting later. And I'll just set the alarm. Wait, what time do we have to feed the food? Or feed the food. What time is the meals? Breakfast? 7 a.m. Okay. Wait. Is this going to... Oh, this just went to 7 p.m. Okay, let me set this one more time. Turn around. Go back to bed. All right. 7 a.m. All right. I think that that's good for our first episode, breaking it off at the beginning of the day. So for the next episode, we'll go and catch a fish and see about starting to solve some of the bigger puzzles and do a little bit less talking on the phone, maybe. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if there are any changes or any other Nature Drew games you want me to play, or any other games in general, or if there's anything major that I should probably adjust. I'm going to try and record the Nature Drew game in entirety before I post it, just because of my schedule. So you might not see major changes in the coming episodes, but the ones after that I'll try and adjust if you guys have any major issues with it. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye.